Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth, where we put magic into paper most of the time. Good morning, good morning. I'm talking my way through this because I need to make aware a few things that I did wrong. First of all, 2 castles are upside down. When you do these out flat like this, you have to make sure your directions are right. And I even have arrows, but it didn't help me. So, let's see. Oh, no, I did put Newcastles on top. I put Newcastles on top. That's right. I have filmed part of today's already, and I have decided to scrap it. So, I'm telling you, I put Newcastles on top because it was this one has a Newcastle, and this one, which really isn't a castle. It's an abbey in Ireland that we saw. A famous one, but it's regal looking, right? Right. And I started adding color and like graphic doodling or whatever you want to call this. And I think when I'm finished with this, I'm going to photocopy it. Oh, you know what? It's bigger than 8.5 by 11. Yeah, see, this is 8.5 by 11. Okay, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I did not sleep last night very well at all. At all. So my mind was racing. Oh, and I added a little bit of color. Like I added some color to this and around the edges here. Because I had my paint out, but I need to close this up. Anyhow, finish a thought. My mind is a mess right now because I'm worried about a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Only because I know my blood work is going to be bad from what I ate on vacation. But I'm just going to have to know that I'm not a diabetic yet. Hopefully never, but I'm probably close on my blood work this time. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyhow, my nerves are shot. So I'm not sleeping well. Plus, the local news here is just killing me. Our American news. So I came to the conclusion that I'm going to do something different with this because I keep seeing a lot of Romancing the Stone, or that's the title we're going to use, Romancing the Stone. So then I thought, well, why don't, because there was a really neat thing in the Van Gogh experience that I saw in Sacramento. When did I see that? Thursdays? No. Friday? Saturday. This past Saturday. Not the one that just passed, but the one before. Anyhow, the vases of flowers that Van Gogh painted, there's a lot of them. I did not realize how different they all were. They had a really cool 3D effect because they have a 3D effect of his face and they change. There's a screen on his face. I guess little tiny screens, but it changes according to all his famous paintings, like the sunflowers and the field of hay and the house in France. And I mean, it was so cool. But then when you got to another section, it had a vase of flowers. And the flowers changed according to all the different ones he painted. But the vase was 3D, like the face in the other part. And the same thing happened there. The whole thing would change to this color combo or Starry Night. Or, I mean, it was so cool. Such a cool experience to have seen that. So I'm like, maybe I'll just bring in, instead of these old ancient portraits, flowers, because that's more like romancing the stone. The stone is the stonework in all these castles. But then I thought, well, flowers are romantic. But then I thought about rock and roll songs that have flower titles. And when I say rock and roll, I mean from my generation, the 70s and 80s, like Kiss from a Rose. Every rose has its thorn. Bed of roses. You don't bring me flowers. Paper roses. Yellow roses of Texas. Now, they don't have to be roses, but like Build Me Up, Buttercup. Just flower songs. And then I got some weird letters and I spelled out flowers because then I could put that There's 7, by the way. If you add an S to flowers, there's 7. 7 is my number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs. But you only have 6 pages because these 2 are front and back. So my mind was just choom last night. So and then I got 7 girls instead of the one lady that I was going to, and I can't find her picture all of a sudden. That dawned on me too. I lost her picture. I don't know if I put it back in the bag or what. This is all Allie Edwards stuff right there. So then I got a bunch of yearbook pictures of girls. And there could be a different girl for each castle. Plus. So there's 7. So 7 vases of flowers, 7 songs, 7 letters, 7 girls. And that could be a little bit more romantic. So then I printed out some colorful hearts. And I'm like, okay, these I did on Procreate. This is somebody's painting, but that's mine on Procreate. And I painted some pretty dots on Procreate. I'm like, I could cut all these out and put them around. Do I want to do that? I kind of think I do. I went back and looked at Bai Bun's stuff, which I like, her aesthetic. And I like how she does... Oh, maybe it's right here. And maybe it's not. Okay. So, I don't know. I'm like, do I just start all over? Do I chalk this one up to not being completed? Or maybe it's completed as is now? You know what? It's completed as is now. We're going to do another one. We're going to do another one. And I have this one here that I printed on paper, so I know it'll print right. And the background is already done because it's just different spreads that I've done in other journals. Oh, it's even glued? Is it glued? Might be. Because theoretically, I think you're supposed to glue these things shut. So maybe I will... Is this Romancing the Stone 1 and this is Romancing the Stone 2? But the stone is a stone vase instead of a stone castle? Kind of like that idea. I don't know if this is done very well. Apparently not. Good. Because I'm going to put it flat. Hopefully try not to get anything upside down. Yeah, that's photocopy paper, so that's good. We're starting all over. Okay, this one's done. I'm going to see if I can photocopy it and shrink the size on the copier. I think my husband's is technical enough to do that. All right, so now we're going to start all over. There's already color on here. There's already ephemera on here. There's everything. So I just might add stuff. And what could... This is Romancing the Stone 2. Stone vases. There's more tornadoes coming through today, it looks like, already. I'm trying to watch other news besides what's happening in politics in this country. It's really sad because in every group of people I go to, like the quilting group and my friends and family, one of my family in California, well, my sister is on the same side of the political spectrum as I am. I think my mom's cousin that I went and visited also are on the same side. I think. The one that got kicked by the cow. But definitely I was the only one that felt the way I do in Missouri. Farmland, a lot of drug issues in that part of the country, in the Midwest. I don't know. But how they can still believe this man is beyond me. I don't think they believe him. They just, some of the things he stands for is what they want. So it doesn't matter what he does, how horrible of a human being he is. They're getting what they want. on some other issues and issues that had already been decided, and he changed them, or they changed them. Anyhow, not political. Okay, so I need, okay, this is going to be 6. Now I have 7. How do you add another side to this? Another flap, a tip-in on a zine. Can I do a tip-in on a zine? Yeah, because when I glue it together, I can glue the hinge. But the only thing is, the outside pieces are the front and the back. I could do a top tip-in. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so now we need a piece of paper that flips over. If I only had paper. Where did I put that book? Oh boy. That's too thick. This will work. It's got lines on it, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to try to find something without lines. Ooh, That's too thick. Watercolor paper is too thick. All right, let's just take one of these out of my journal. There's blank ones in the back. These art journals, I really have become a fan of them because they steer me to new ideas, such as this was a cluster that I did before I went on my trip. I put it in there. I played with it the other day, and there were dragonflies on this piece of ephemera and then an Eiffel Tower on this piece. So dragonflies and Eiffel Towers, just saying, could show up in another zine. But this thing's getting there. I've got quite a few things I just pasted in there. That was me cleaning off my desk yesterday. And now I need to do something with all of it. But the only thing Bun does that I don't like, she makes sure everything is flat. I like the rumpled effect, but she does photocopy her stuff, or she scans it. And that does make for a more crisper scan. Okay, if I'm going to do this in real time, I need to work and not talk as much. Might go fast forward now that you know what I'm doing. And why I'm in a different one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh. 7. Okay. Thought one of our girls ran away. I used this era of a yearbook photograph because that's the era I was in. All right. These are a little bit smaller. This video is brought to you by interruptions, deep breathing, and upside down directional challenged people. There's a lot going on in this video, but I'm going to leave it like it is because this is truly what happened in this room today. So I am now starting Romancing the Stone 2. And have you ever seen a zine with a tip-in? Now, when you mass produce these things, like people like Buy Bun or people at the LA Zine Fest, I don't know if a tip-in would be very advisable, because then you have to do a lot of construction, and each zine will take you a half an hour. Or if you're directionally challenged, 27 days, like it does for me. But I have to tell you, it is fun. People that are talented can probably figure this out better than me, but it is fun to have a tip-in and a zine. I'm telling you. And I really do like this one. This is all journal spreads from, I think, the Beach Journal. I'm pretty sure they are. I just photocopied them. I put them in Procreate and put them all on one page. Or I may have done it from Pic Collage. I think I did it from Pic Collage, actually. Anyhow. Oh, boy. More deep breathing. Watching myself do this as I do voiceovers in part of it kill me because I know what's coming down the road and you don't. Anyhow, it is fun. It is colorful. It is a story, all the things I like to do. And this one dictated itself. The paper did the dictating. It told me to make another one. It told me to use this piece of paper in front of me. And it told me to use the Van Gogh vases, which I absolutely love that idea. And the stone vases are the stone part, in case I forget to tell you that. But this installation was really good. If you can ever see Van Gogh immersion, I think is what it's called. Now, we did not do the, what do you call it when you put goggles on and it's moving all around you? There's no way I would have survived that without a little bit of embarrassing myself with throw up. Sorry, there's no easy way to say it. I would have gotten way too motion sickness, and I think my sister would have too. And we skipped it. And several people that were in the gift shop, because it's like Disneyland, you end at the gift shop. They did do the motion thing, and they were all kind of a little bit nauseous. What do you call that stuff? Virtual reality. But the technology mixed with the old of the paintings was really kind of cool. I think. And a really neat thing to sit in a Van Gogh painting, literally. You were in a room with the Van Gogh paintings all around you. The history of Van Gogh went around you on the screen. And all the walls were screens, and the floor, and the ceiling. So it was really, really cool. So if you ever get a chance, I don't know how much it was. My sister bought the tickets, but it was fun. And it was quick. My husband just
At least ours was.
I
think, depending on the size city.
all of this.
Oh, here we go.
Which was a paper towel that I was using last night with painting, and somebody has shredded it. I can't imagine who that somebody is. Luckily, it was just a paper towel. And it wasn't 7 of something. I would have had a freak out. Okay. That dog, I'm telling you, we need to get underground fencing in our house. All right. Back to You Don't Bring Me Flowers. No. Romancing the Stone. 2.
Depending on the size of the city, back to Van Gogh, I think there's different installations. Was Sacramento, and it was in an old warehouse in an industrial area. So they may have toned it down for this installation. Maybe like LA or New York would have bigger ones. I don't know. I don't know for sure. But it seems like I've seen somebody that watched it in Dallas and it was much bigger. Could be wrong. Never wrong, though. Never wrong. I'm never wrong. So I'm sure I'm not this time either. Anyhow, all I'm doing is gluing down the words, the titles of the songs, which are all about flowers, the Van Gogh vase paintings, and somebody from a yearbook picture. In my era, and the songs are from my high school days or a little after era, most of them. So much fun to just have the backstory on these crazy zines that have a tip in. Some are upside down. That will be corrected. And the background is other stuff that I've already done. I'm learning to like that aspect of everything a lot more. Using my stuff over and over again. I used to not like that at all. I have been a convert to that process. So, really having fun this morning. I hope you are too.
Maybe zines aren't my thing. I just did 2 more upside down. Were y'all screaming at me? You got it upside down. You got it upside down. It goes like this. So the top row is okay. But the bottom row, which are these 2 ladies, are not right. And it's already sticking. What do? Don't listen to my husband sneezing. That's what we're going to do. All right. My zines might be trick zines. Since they have a tip in, surely they're trick zines. The first 2 pages are upside down. The next 2 pages are good. The tip-in is good. I need to do something there. These 2 are good. I could just print everything again, I guess. And put everything on top of these. That's what I'll do. That's what I'm going to do. Let's glue these down. All right, so these are 1 and 2. Let's do this the right way. In the right direction. I'm telling you. I'm directionally challenged. I never thought I was. I'm good with, like, map directions. Ask me. I'll tell you I am. Out of my family, I'm the best one. My dad was not good with directions. We would pull into a gas station when we were kids going on vacation, and he couldn't figure out how to get back out on the road without my mom helping him. Now these are going to be subliminal messages in the whole zine, because even though there's a lot of color, I think I'm still going to add stuff to it, just with markers or pencils or paint sticks or something. I should put a 2 on here someplace. That's going to be on the cover. A 2. All right, flowers. Let me not spell it wrong. Okay, so I guess the E goes on the top one and the R goes on the bottom one in this tip-in. Have you ever seen a zine with the tip-in? Now's your chance, people. And then the R goes there. These are like letters from a printable that I got, but they're like graffiti letters or abstract letters. They're not like record cover level letters that I get, or just different fonts. They're kind of out there purposely. I mean, this looks like Lost in Space or something here, which apparently happens to me every time I try to do something directional. I get lost in space. That should be the next scene, Lost in Space. And everything be upside down. I probably won't be able to do it. Okay, so far, I like this one a lot, except for these 2 pages, but we're going to fix it. It'll be fixed by tomorrow. I promise. Tomorrow we're going to add some color or something. I don't know what we're going to do. What should probably involve color, and fix that. And then we'll glue it and fold it crisply and everything. Oh, I like this one a lot. It'll be even better when it's all in the right direction. See? Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Flowers. Flowers. And this is, now we need to find a 2. We'll make a 2. But I can do these hearts on here too, because I want to do romancing the stone too. This is the romance part. And these are the color part. And I still have not gotten my boxes from California. The one from California is supposed to come today for you. And the one from Missouri should have already been here. So I'm crossing my fingers that our mail system has not screwed it up, because we have horrible mail here. Horrible mail. Oh, I really like this. Okay. Thanks for watching all my blunders. Bye.